Hello everyone, my name is Derek and welcome back to Let's Google Earth. Today, we're exploring some pretty intense places in the ocean. Beneath its surface, we find a combination of shipwrecks, reefs, and all sorts of sea creatures that happen to make it onto Google Maps. This video will be a little less focused than the last two, so there won't be as much information, if any, but we will get to see more places around the world to make up for it. So, let's take the plunge and begin our journey. This ship, the SS Yongala, sank on March 23, 1911, and is now a major tourist attraction for recreational diving. This is just a small section of the Great Barrier Reef. Not only can the reef be seen from space, but it's the largest single structure made by living organisms. You could drive from my hometown in New Jersey all the way down to Miami, Florida, and still not cover the length of the reef. It's that big. So, this is probably the most interesting thing I have found. This is Million Dollar Point, and what a story it has. At first I thought it was just a massive wreck, but then I noticed stuff that you wouldn't normally see in a shipwreck. America had used the area as a military base after the attack of Pearl Harbor. After the war had ended, it was too expensive to move everything back to the United States, so the remaining goods, everything from weapons to bottles of Coca-Cola, were offered to the French and British at a very low price of 6 cents to the dollar. However, the colonizers were going on the assumption that they would just refuse to buy the items and the US would be forced to simply leave them behind for free. Well, America was having none of that, and despite the British and French, they put everything on the wharf, got some big old bulldozers, and pushed everything into the sea. They even drove the bulldozers into the water as well, so that they could have nothing. Millions of dollars of supplies wasted all for political spite, hence the name of the area, Million Dollar Point. Okay, forgive me. I couldn't find out where this actually was. It was a point in the middle of the ocean, so I think it was there by mistake. Either way, it's a rather nice collection of Coca-Cola memorabilia. Our next stops are a collection of reefs and shipwrecks that run a large length of the Red Sea. Storms, strong winds, dangerous currents, and the countless reefs have made the Red Sea very difficult to navigate for thousands of years. And while the reefs may be dangerous for ships, they are part of the rich and diverse ecosystem of the Red Sea. This desert island in the Caribbean is uninhabited, but is a popular tourist spot. Strong currents around the island have wrecked many ships, the most famous of which is the large rust bucket, the oil tanker Maria Bianca Guidesman, that ran ashore in the 60s. And here we are, back at the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. I know we were here earlier, but I had gone back to see if there was anything else interesting to find, and I did just that. I found these dolphins, and I wanted to save it for the end. It looks like they are just as curious of the camera and divers as anyone would be with them. Or maybe they have just seen so many people diving the reefs that they are used to them and they just wanted to come say hi. Either way, it's pretty cool that we got to see them here on Google Maps. So, how was that for an exploration? An underwater world just below the surface, and more crazy things you could find with the simple click of the mouse. This one was special for me, as the ocean is one of my favorite places. If I could go diving all around the world, I would in a heartbeat. It's an alien world full of life and mystery, and I hope that someday you all get to explore it as well. But I think that's enough for today. Until our next journey, goodbye everyone.